Greetings, colleagues, fellow teachers and educators around the world. I'm Nikos Sifagis. Today I'm starting a new section in the Everything English Language Teaching YouTube channel. I will provide definitions of key terms used in English language teaching, and I will set a time challenge. The challenge will be the following. I have to provide the definition in 5 minutes or less. I believe that if a term is worth considering, you should be able to write an entire book about it, but you should also be able to describe its major characteristics in simple terms in 5 minutes or less. Our field, English language teaching, has been around for many decades, and it's only natural that many terms have been developed over the years to refer to different aspects of teaching, of learning, testing, policy, lesson designing, skills teaching, and so on. It's therefore important for teachers to be able to understand the essentials of the terms that concern them in 5 minutes. That's not crazy, right? Otherwise, if a term cannot be defined in 5 minutes, there's a problem with the term, or with me, if I can't offer the definition and meet the challenge. So, without further ado, and the time is running out, today, my first term is going to be the term translanguaging. Well, this is an interesting term, and it's no wonder that it has taken the ELT world and academia by storm. At its center, the notion of translanguaging is based on 3 simple, undeniable facts. Fact 1. Human beings communicate using language. That is simple enough. We all have the urge to communicate. But what does communicate mean? Here's where fact 2 comes in. It means that we need to be understood by whomever we are communicating with, right? So the scholars who developed the term translanguaging asked themselves a key question. Okay, so what do we do in order to be understood by others when we communicate? And this is where fact 3 comes in. We do anything it takes. Anything it takes. Anything. We may use words, phrases, sentences, or anything else we believe will help us be understood. We resort to anything we happen to share with our interlocutors. Languages, dialects, individual words or phrases, neologisms, idioms, translated words or phrases, and of course, the most important tool that we have, gestures. We use our eyes, our heads, our hands, sometimes our entire body. We smile, we grin, we do anything to get our message across, to help others understand what we're saying. We use any part of the semiotic system at our disposal that suits the purpose of communication. What's fascinating about translanguaging is that it does not concern itself so much with looking at communication from above. That is, by asking what language we are using, why and how, but from below, from the bottom, describing what we actually do with all these semiotic systems. Translanguaging studies how human beings use semiotic systems to reach a communicative goal. It is fascinating because it can provide a detailed description of the profile of a particular interaction without necessarily being concerned with linguistic rules and obligations. The main objective here is to study how different languages and other semiotic systems are used cooperatively to achieve a common goal, that of being understood. In this sense, the act of translanguaging can be very informative and instructive, and since language teaching is or should be all about using language cooperatively to reach a communicative purpose, it's important for language teachers to find ways to integrate translanguaging practices in their teaching. This means recognizing the importance of communicative competence, of accommodation techniques, the usefulness of the L1, the usefulness of any language at our disposal, even if we do not know it well, of having the self-awareness and self-confidence to take creative risks with using language. The term translanguaging has often been identified with bilingual speakers or with multilingual speakers, but it goes much further. It can shed light on the interactions involving non-native speakers of English who use English as a lingua franca. Very often in these cases, English is used only as the vehicle of interaction. It can often be the case that other shared languages or words and phrases, etc., are used, adding different levels of languaging or of doing things with language on top of English, depending on who the participants are, what their relationship is, how much they know each other, and so on. This is an especially fascinating field of study, and we will return to it in forthcoming videos. I'll add a couple of the most important readings, most essential books and articles if you want to get started with translanguaging in the video description below. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you found it useful. Let me know in the comments about it. Also, please let me know which other terms you'd like me to include in this section. Thanks for watching. See you soon.